grateful to be here tonight. Been feeling distressed as work colleagues not accepting and allowing adjustments for my severe light sensitivity. Sorry to hear that. This is one place where we do accept anything. So if you need to turn your screen off, anything like that, it's absolutely fine. And Jonathan, hey all from St. Louis, Missouri, USA. And Peter, happy International Women's Day from Cardiff. Thanks, Peter, for the solidarity. Good, it's 7 o'clock, so I think we'll begin. Oh, Laurie, and hello from Southern California. I was talking to someone in San Francisco who said you're back into drought again over there. So that's another thing, isn't it? Severe drought. So I hope it rains soon there. And Catherine, hi from South France. Okay, I'm going to turn the chat off now. Yeah, so a very big welcome, everybody, to this week's practice, which, again, we're going to be dedicating to the people affected by the war in Ukraine, which almost unbelievably has only been going for a couple of weeks. And we see such scenes of devastation on our phones, on the internet, on our television. And that's all humans like us. It's all humans like us. So we'll be doing a practice where we ground into our own body, ground into our own sense of stability, because that will resource us and give us capacity to meet all that's happening as well as possible. And then we'll expand out and send love and kinship, feelings of kinship, feelings of well-wishing to all the people affected in all the different ways by what's happening in Ukraine. And of course, the effect now is spreading, it's spreading across the world, but obviously the most severe suffering is in Ukraine itself. Well, I don't know. I say that. It's obviously terrible in Ukraine itself, but then some of these people who are escaping as refugees must be terrible. I was reading something earlier that a whole family got COVID being on one of those trains out of Ukraine. I had wondered what was happening with COVID. So obviously that is also a huge issue for all those people. Unimaginable. Before we move into the practice, though, I just want to take a moment to really think of a colleague at Breathworks, someone who worked for Breathworks for 14 years until last year, when she retired with very severe ill health, and she passed away on Sunday. And it's someone called Sarah Suvana, and some of you may have had contact with her, those of you who have had contact with Breathworks over the years, because she was often the person on the end of the phone, on the end of the emails. She was one of our main admin people. But admin person doesn't in no way describes her. She was so much at the very heart of everything for so long. And we just had a little memorial service, or not service, a kind of coming together of her friends to celebrate her qualities just a little while ago. And Sona, one of the founders of Breathworks, he was saying he sees Sarah Suvana as one of the founders of Breathworks. Along with Karuna Vadri, who was the other administrator that started at the same time as her, when Breathworks was really small, very small team. And I think it's true to say we would not be what we are today without her. So she had a very peaceful death. She'd been very ill for quite a long time, and then extremely ill recently. She died at home surrounded by her loved ones. And I believe, from everything I've heard and everything I know about her, that she died with a peaceful heart. And she was a very deep practitioner of meditation, very deep Buddhist practitioner. So those of us that know her, let's just really bring her to mind in our meditation tonight. Those of us that don't know her, you can think of her when we think of all these other people later on in the practice. Okay, so if we choose our position, as always, you can do the practice sitting, you can do it lying down, you can do it standing, you can do it walking. It really is completely up to you. What's going to be as comfortable as possible and as alert as possible. That's the main thing. Oh, and just to say, I've got the daffodils behind me for Ukraine, and I've come, the closest thing I could find to blue and yellow is this top. So I put this on for the people of Ukraine. And I felt really good doing that. Good. Okay, so choosing our position, and then let's rest down into the position that we've chosen. Making any little adjustments if you need to. And let's just settle. Letting go of what we've been doing before, letting go of what's coming next. And let's see if we can begin to arrive more fully into this body, this mind, this heart. This being here together. If you want to, you could take a deep in breath, and on the out breath, release, let go a little bit more. Do that a couple of times if you want to, letting the mouth hang open on the out breath. And now allowing your breathing to find its own natural rhythm. This quality of yielding into the support. Let's see if we can really receive the support of the chair, of the bed, the floor, the planet beneath us. So we're not slumping or collapsing. There's a quality of alertness, presence, vitality. And yet we're not gripping onto the body, the heart, the mind. But we're choosing to receive support beneath us. Let's allow our awareness to pour out of the head all the way down through the body to feel the feet and the legs. Maybe imagine awareness is like water. It's pouring down. It's pooling in the feet and the legs. And this may show up as sensation, as temperature, or it might be more a quality of energy, maybe a buzzing or a tingling somewhere. Maybe you've got discomfort and you notice how automatic it is to contract against the discomfort. And in the noticing, we can choose to soften, release, yield back into gravity, yield back into the support. And let the discomfort, the pain, become a flow of sensations, never exactly the same one moment to the next. Maybe you've also got pleasant sensations somewhere in the legs and the feet. If that's the case, then enjoying these, letting them into awareness, but not chasing after them, not jumping into them, just letting them flow through the moments like water. Coming up to feel the buttocks on the chair. If you're lying down, the buttocks on the bed. If you're standing, letting the buttocks be soft. And let's see if we can yield our weight through the buttocks if we're sitting or lying down. Letting go of gripping. And allowing awareness now to fill the whole torso, to pour up, to fill the whole torso. Let's rest first of all on the whole back of the body, the whole length of the spine, the breadth of the spine, the landscape of the back of the body. Seeing if breathing is showing up in the back of the body, maybe a expansion on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath, effortless. Don't worry if you can't feel anything. Seeing if the back can also be a flow of experience, sensations arising and passing, whether they're pleasant, unpleasant, dull. Breathing flowing. So the back, this thing we call the back, becomes a process, not a thing. It's not solid or static. Flow of experience. The front of the body, the belly, the chest, the whole front of the body. Breathing flowing, sensations flowing. Every time you notice you're getting into a battle with experience, perhaps you can drop back into this quality of yielding into gravity in the whole body. Drop back into flow, openness. Let's pour through the shoulders. Allow our awareness to pour through the shoulders and all the way down inside the arms to the tips of the fingers and the thumbs. Having the hands supported in the lap, on the legs, on the body if you're lying down, or perhaps at the side of the body, palms upwards. It's up to you. If you're standing, just hanging lightly at the side of the body. Allowing the shoulders to fall away from the midline of the body, falling into gravity, and then the arms to fall away from the shoulders. Seeing if we can be inside the shoulders and the arms, the hands, inside sensation, temperature, touch. Seeing if we can be interested in how it feels to inhabit this part of the body. Now coming into the neck and the head. If we're sitting, let's check the angle of the head. It'll be poised on top of the neck, on top of the spine. Getting a sense of the back of the head releasing away from the back of the neck a little bit. Not forcing or straining. Let the jaw be soft, the lips soft, tongue soft, face, eyes, brow soft. Seeing if we can experience the head as a limb of the body. It's not separate from the body. Now let's broaden to be aware of the whole experience of the body, the weight, the shape, the length, the breadth, the volume. So we're stable and grounded, and yet there is the sense of flow, fluidity, openness as we let go of contracting against experience, pushing and pulling against experience. Now let's come to the heart area. Tuning into our emotional weather, whatever it might be. Seeing if we can hold it in love. This grounded body awareness. Perhaps the greatest quality we can cultivate to meet these times for the benefit of all is a grounded, loving heart. We train in courage, resilience, and then we're able to be there for others a little bit more, perhaps. If you find it helpful, you could perhaps imagine that your emotions are taking place in a vast, deep, boundless ocean of awareness that can hold everything. The ups and the downs, the joys and the sorrows. The grief and the happiness. We've got stories coming out of Ukraine of tremendous suffering, but also such heartwarming acts of kindness, acts of generosity, acts of solidarity. Just letting it all in. And staying centered and grounded, what we could do is expand our awareness to include all the people affected by the war in one way or another. Meet everything with a kind and loving heart. All these humans just like oneself, all the animals. They all long to love and be loved just like we do. So let's allow our love to flow towards them all. This might be a feeling, it might be imagining light flowing around the world. It might be using your imagination in one way or another. Love and compassion falling like a light and gentle rain upon everybody. At any point it becomes overwhelming, just backing off, grounding in the body, feeling into the support beneath us, breathing. Now let's bring awareness of ourselves to the foreground of awareness, the weight of the body, breathing in the body. So we're not turning away from anybody, but it's more we're just shifting the ratio of our awareness. So sense of stability in the self fills the foreground of awareness. Let's have a few moments doing absolutely nothing to absorb the practice. Just sitting, just standing, just lying, absorbing. When we're ready, we can begin to bring the practice to a close, moving the body a little bit, feet, fingers, hands, toes. Seeing if we can keep this more fluid awareness going, letting go of tendency to grip, contract, tighten. Coming to bigger movements if you want to. Let's just have a few moments looking at the screen again if we want to, just taking one another in. All of us have given this time in our lives to cultivate a strong and resilient heart for the sake of all. I always think it's a very heroic act to meditate like this. Good. So for anyone who's here for the first time, you can just slip away if you'd like to, but we usually stay for a little bit and people write something in the chat if they want to, and I read it out, and it's just a nice way of connecting. But sometimes one just wants to slip away, and that's absolutely fine, and we'll be here next week. And Ollie, I don't know if you've got the link, those donation links you had last week. If anyone wants to donate to the humanitarian crisis, we're dedicating these practices to Ukraine. So I'm sure he's going to get them in a second. He's very efficient. So if you want to act on the basis of that meditation, sometimes you want to do something, then obviously supporting one of these charities that's working directly with the war effort is a really good thing to do. Okay, so what have we got? Julia, thank you, so heartwarming. Lorian, thank you, Vidyamala, and everyone. It's been a tremendously stressful week, and despite mental distractions, I do feel more relaxed and peaceful. Odette, peace to all. Sarah, thank you. Helen, that was beautiful. Vidyamala, thank you. My hands tingle when I open my heart. It's lovely. Sorry for the loss of your colleague. Thank you. Laura, thank you. That was really beautiful. Helen, meditation is a prayer for the world. That's very good. Meditation is a prayer for the world. That's exactly what it is. And Viola, thank you. Thank you from others. Love to all from Sri Pakshini. Thank you. Fiona, thank you. Your book, Living Well with Pain and Illness, is my Bible. That's good. Thank you. Caroline, thank you, and peace to all. And then Ollie's put the link in here if you want to donate to Ukraine. Meg, thank you so much, Vijamala, and everyone for such a beautiful meditation. Michael, thank you. Maureen, oh, that was so wonderful. And I hope the people of Ukraine find help and peace and safety. I feel so grateful to be safe. Yes. And gratitude is also such an important emotion for humans. Deborah, solidarity feels nice when dealing with the horrors man is capable of inflicting on man. I think solidarity is a lovely word, isn't it? Sense of building up something strong together. Julia, love and peace and compassion to all. Gillian, very soothing. Thank you, Vidyamala. Sandra, thank you. Much love and peace to all. Sorry for the loss of your friend and colleague. Rick, thank you, and thoughts to your colleague. Jonathan, apartment is a construction zone, but ever-changing flow reminder provided equanimity today. Thank you. That's great. That's exactly it. Because, you know, you're trying to meditate, you got noise, and your mind goes, I don't want that, and you push against it, and then it just gets worse. I'm not saying you were doing this, Jonathan, but that's what we usually do. But just to let the sounds come and go, then we can drop into a deeper equanimity. And Bridget, thank you. So soothing to practice together. Okay, everybody. Oh, look, here's another one. Dominic, I felt my life force flow out from my heart to all people suffering. It's beautiful. I felt my life force flow out from my heart to all people suffering. I hope the terror stops soon for all those poor people. Sorry for your loss, Vidyamala, and all that know. Sarah Suvana, thank you. And Tracy, thank you, Vidyamala. A wonderful, peaceful practice together. So thank you all for your kind comments about the loss of the beautiful Sarah Suvana. I think she's probably okay, is my sense. Yeah. Very strong heart person. Wendy, thank you. Feeling emotional tonight. Sorry for the loss of your friend and colleague. I think it's no exaggeration to say that we wouldn't be here doing this if it hadn't been for her being such a pivotal person in the early days of Breathworks, getting our admin systems going. Any of you who's tried to start a business will know how absolutely crucial that is. And Nikki, thank you for giving us such a lovely practice as always, even though you are feeling lost yourself. I think it's opened my heart, to be honest, tenderized my heart. So I feel even more connected with all of you than usual. All right then, so let's leave it there. If you want to unmute to say goodbye, then please do so, and go well, and see you all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was wonderful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you, Vidyamala. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you,
Vidyamala.
everyone.
Thank you, Ollie. I always forget to thank Ollie. Thank you, Ollie.
Have a lovely week.
Thank you very much.
Ollie.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Vidyamala. Bye. Take care, everyone.
Bye.